The realm. Do you know what the realm is? It's the 1,000 blades of Aegon's enemies. A story we agreed to tell each other over and over till we forget that it's a lie.
What's up, ladies and gentlemen? Welcome back for another Game of Thrones and House of the Dragon video. In this video, we will be looking ahead at next week's episode. As you all know, HBO released their official video after last night's episode, so let's have a look at what's going to be happening once we jump forward a full decade in this show. The new video begins with us getting an update on the latest developments in the Stepstones. After defeating the Crab Feeder then leaving the region, Daemon has left the Stepstones undefended, resulting in the islands growing unstable once again. Now that we've jumped forward a full decade in this story, Rhaenyra and Alicent now sit on Viserys Targaryen's small council. It's actually Alicent who brings up the fact that Daemon has left the Stepstones undefended. However, Rhaenyra does remind her that they're the ones who are actually left vulnerable. This is to show us how Rhaenyra and Alicent are at odds with one another. Moving forward from here on out, we most likely won't see them align with one another ever again. Unfortunately, the days of their loving friendship are now over. We then see the younger version of Aemon Targaryen, the second-born son of Viserys and Alicent. In this scene, he's shown looking for a dragon of his own. Now, as you all know, he will not be able to walk right up and mount any dragon. The first thing he will have to do is form a bond with the dragon, and I don't think he will be mounting this dragon shown here. Someone else is actually flying on his dragon right now, but I don't want to get into that just yet. In the following scene, we see Viserys and Alicent's firstborn son Aegon as he's fighting with Rhaenyra's son in the yard. Notice in this scene how Aegon is wearing the green under his armor rather than the black and red of House Targaryen. This goes to show Alicent's influence over her son. This is very reminiscent of Joffrey from Game of Thrones. As you all know, although Joffrey was led to believe his father was King Robert Baratheon, he was mostly shown wearing the red and gold of his mother's house Lannister. It just goes to show you who they really favor in these situations. We can now assume that Aegon will follow his mother's lead. Now, if you also notice in this scene, Rhaenyra's son has very dark hair. You should find this interesting because Rhaenyra and her new husband Laenor Velaryon have the white blonde hair. Once again, like Cersei and her children in Game of Thrones, this will lead many to believe that Rhaenyra's sons are not legitimate. This is a major issue because her sons are her heirs set to inherit the Iron Throne. Now notice how this man standing right here by the boys has a frustrating look on his face as Aegon is kicking some ass. That man is Sir Harwin Strong, the alleged father of Rhaenyra's sons. As you all know, Rhaenyra is now married to Sir Laenor Velaryon, but as we saw in the last episode, they did make a deal that they could still find their own lovers outside of the marriage. Well, many suspect that Rhaenyra's dark-haired sons are actually fathered by Harwin, who is standing here looking angry as his son is losing the fight. Unfortunately, Rhaenyra and Alicent's growing hatred for each other will fall onto their sons as well. Alicent's sons will grow to hate Rhaenyra's sons because they believe they are stealing their birthright. What makes it even worse is the fact that Rhaenyra's sons might not even be legitimate. Therefore, Aegon and Aemon's birthright is being stolen by bastards who, as we all know, are always seen as a stain on the family's name. Now, if someone were to find out, or even assume her sons are not legitimate, well, you can imagine they will want to stop them from ascending the Iron Throne. This will be one of the major focuses throughout the next episode. We also hear Alicent say, "You will be king," as we see a much older Aegon standing here. Once again, this shows Ser Otto's advice did affect his daughter. She will now see that her own son ascends the Iron Throne, regardless if Rhaenyra does remain as her father's heir. We also see Viserys has aged considerably, and I'm actually shocked he's still alive a full decade later after the last episode. The man has been disintegrating for years, and as you can all imagine, he will not be around for much longer. As soon as he is gone, he will no longer be around to hold everything together. Not that he really was, but it did at least stop blood from getting shed so soon. Now, in the following scene, we see Lady Laena Velaryon, the eldest and only daughter of Lord Corlys Velaryon and Rhaenys Targaryen. In the last episode during the wedding, we saw Daemon getting to know her a little bit better on the dance floor. In George R. R. Martin's Fire and Blood, Daemon made Lady Laena Velaryon his second wife. I'm assuming they've done the same here. As you can see in this shot, Lady Laena and Daemon also now have daughters of their own, named Rhaena and Baela Targaryen. We can also see Lady Laena is holding her belly, therefore we know she's due to have another one very soon. We also see one of their daughters grab one of the dragon eggs from the fire. They might be getting the egg ready to set inside of the new baby's bed, in hopes of them forming an immediate bond with the dragon. We then see Daemon and his wife flying side by side on their dragons, Caraxes and Vhagar. Now, I'm hoping we actually find out how Lady Lena mounted Vhagar. As you all know, Vhagar has been absent from the show so far. Somehow, Lady Lena Velaryon mounted the largest dragon in Westeros, and we're not really sure how or where she did it. I am interested in learning more about that event, although they may never actually go into it. We then get another new glimpse of a very small dragon inside of the dragon pit in King's Landing. I believe this is a scene involving Rhaenyra's sons, and it almost looks as if they're allowing her sons to go find their own dragon. For those of you who don't know, all 3 of Rhaenyra's sons from her first marriage will be dragon riders during the Dance of the Dragons. Jacaerys Velaryon will ride the dragon Vermax, Lucerys Velaryon will ride the dragon Arax, and her son Joffrey will ride on the dragon Tyraxis. This scene might show us how they mounted each of their dragons. We then hear Alicent and Viserys discussing Rhaenyra's sons. Alicent says to have one child like that is a mistake, but to have 3 like that is an insult. She is referring to all 3 of Rhaenyra's sons being bastards who are not worthy for the Iron Throne. We even hear the new Hand of the King say, "Everyone has eyes," and I believe he's saying that to Harwin, the alleged father. He's most likely warning him about what will happen if everyone does find out they're his sons. He very well could be executed for this. Given the fact that the father is Sir Harwin, the seed is strong takes on a whole new meaning. Once again, Rhaenyra is setting herself up for failure. It's almost as if she wants to start a damn war. Now, I had a very good feeling this show would get better and better with each episode, and it certainly looks like they've done that here. Literally, everything is falling apart. Everyone is already deciding on which side they will stand once Viserys is gone. We're now only what feels like moments away from seeing the Dance of the Dragons officially begin. The once great House of Targaryen will have an incredible fall from grace. Let's just hope someone is still standing after all the dust settles, because many lives, as well as dragons, will be lost to bloodshed. Well, my friends, get ready because it looks like the Game of Thrones has only begun. Let me know what all of you think down below. As always, I have to thank all of you for watching another one of my videos. I have several more videos releasing in the following days, so I hope I'll see all of you back here for those also. Have a great day, everyone. I'll see you soon. Bye.